Hi there, welcome back to my applique series. Now that we have our stems made and cut down to the size that the pattern requests and that we have our pieces cut out, it's time to lay out the design on the background. And what I do to start off is I take a ruler and I find the center of the design, and this is 24 inches. So I'm going to find 12 inches, and I just put a little mark, and then I do from this side, and it's about 8 inches wide, so I mark right there. So I know where my center is, and this will help me lay out my design. Now, the things that you stitch down first are normally going to be your stems, because on a project that has a floral design, usually the stems are on the bottom. However, generally you do start with whatever's on the bottom of the design. That's how you do your stitching order. So to get your stems laid out the way you want, what I like to do is start off with the longest stems that I know are going to be in the middle of the project. And then I just use the applique pieces that are going to be on the project over the stems, just to kind of give a guide of where I want these stems to be. It just kind of helps with the layout. So I do this like that, and if I want to make sure my stems are nice and straight, I can use my ruler, and I could do that as I lay them out. And then you can do your other stems. And these stems you want to just kind of tuck in from the middle stem, just to kind of get an idea of where you want them. You're going to be securing them a little bit later with the glue. Okay, so now I have the stems where I want them, and then I could just lay the flowers down. And I think I'll put this one over here because it'll give me a little variation. And I always lay down a flower or whatever goes on top of the stem a little bit overlapping the end of a stem, because then that way you're sure to cover up the raw edge of the stem. I always, in my patterns, tell you to cut a stem larger than you actually, or longer than you actually need, because then that way it gives you the option of having enough to cover up the raw edge. Now, if you want your design to stay within the background and not overlap onto any of the pieced area, you can go ahead and just move your flowers down a bit. And I'm not going to put the centers on because you're kind of getting an idea of where you want your stems. So now, if you like this layout and you think that it reflects how you want your top to look, you can go ahead and take a little bit of the Roxanne's glue and begin to just put little dots of glue on the top stem here, because then that will hold everything in place. And then you can remove all these other appliques and finish gluing down the stems to where you like, and then you're ready to stitch the stems down. So join me again on the next video and we'll go over the applique stitch.